Hello there. It's been a while, hasn't it? Just dropping in to check. Are you running on fumes at the moment? Do you feel like you're running on fumes? If you are, especially in New South Wales or Melbourne, and especially in Melbourne, it's been a pretty hard time. It's been a hard time for everybody during this last 18 months, well, nearly 2 years, let's face it. But if you have been part of the lockdown cohort, it's been even harder. And we're finding that a lot of people are feeling like we're kind of just functioning on the smell of an oily rag at the moment. I say to my husband, I feel like I'm firing on about 3 of my 6 cylinders. If I was a car, that's probably the best way to describe it. And the reason is that, well, there are so many different reasons for that. And just to help you understand that the last 18 months, or just since this pandemic started, we have had a lot of negative input into our brains. And so the messaging has been, you can't do this, you can't go there, you can't have this, you can't see family, and all of the other negative messaging that we've received from news and even just the conversations that we're having. And so what that's doing is strengthening our brain's negativity bias. And when your brain is getting a lot of negative input, it starts to scan for negative stuff. And you feel like you start to behave differently when that negativity bias strengthens, and we maybe complain a little bit more, or we're really seeing the bad in everything, or the negative side of everything. When you positivity bias, when you feed that more, your brain is scanning for the positives, the opportunities, and you have more motivation. It's just your brain functioning at a higher level, because your brain at positive is more creative, more productive, more accurate, more focused than it is at negative, neutral, or stressed. So there's a brain reason for that as well. But also, if you're an extroverts get their energy from being around people, workshopping, being involved in stuff. So if you haven't been able to do that through this lockdown, then that's your one source of energy gone. Even introverts are still, as a human need, we need contact and connection with people, contact and connection with our family. There's also another thing that's been sort of mentally exhausting us, which is that extra silent work that we've had to do, even just around processing and thinking of what we need to do differently. I need to go to Bunnings to get something to fix something around the house. I can't just get in the car and go. What do I have to do? I've got to find a Bunnings that has it to click and collect, and then I've got to wait for that to come. And so there's a lot more mental processing that has been required of us over the last couple of years, and just readjusting and that, when we are pushed out of our comfort zone, and we've got that sort of cognitive dissonance between what we know to be regular and normal, and then what the new normal is. It's like we've now got to process all that information. Our brain's got to do a lot more work to work it out, and our brain is wired to resist change and protect us from discomfort. So change is a discomfort, and our brain recognizes that. So it's almost like there's been an internal mental struggle as well. So there's so many different sources of energy loss and drain that we have been through. And also, like, we haven't had the ability to fill our energy source, or fill our cup, I always say, by doing the things that refresh us on the weekend. So, for example, the thing that refreshes me is going for long drives and discovering new places to go for lunch or have coffee. And being an extrovert in lockdown and a well-being and emotional intelligence trainer, all my work is done alone in my office, and then I've had no way to fill my cup. So it's been really, really draining. Just from my perspective, is that there hasn't been a lot going in, but there's been a lot coming out. And that's why we're feeling like we're empty, just running on the smell of an oily rag. And a lot of people I've spoken to have said, I'm just putting one foot in front of the other. I feel like I'm just keeping my head above water. Those are the things that I'm hearing a lot of from most people. And it's just simply because we've been drained. And we're not operating at our full capacity. So what we need to do is dial down our expectations of ourselves at the moment and go, this is not normal. Nothing about life at the moment is normal. So then we need to change our expectations, dial down I've literally cut out everything that is not necessary. because I was running on the smell of an oily rag, they say, and running on fumes. So I had to just cut out everything that I didn't need to do. So I haven't been on social media. I didn't have any energy to give to social media or doing the normal videos that I do. I had to just do my work. So my training work, my corporate training work. And so nothing else got done this year. And then that was another source of energy drain, because I felt like I had failed at my goals, but then I had to reframe that and go, well, really, did you have any choice? Like, it is what it is, and you had to do what you had to do to get through what was important. And that was my work, my corporate work. So it's about this year and assessing where you are right now. So just, how am I feeling? What do I need to give myself? What do I need to cut out of my schedule or my to-dos, just to get through the rest of this year until things start getting normal again? And also be mindful of things that you used to be interested in. Like, a lot of people are saying they've got no motivation and drive. I've been finding that as well. It's just like such an effort to just get interested in anything and things that we used to be interested in. It's because we lose the neural pathways of habits and things. Even if you had hobbies and things that you used to do, if you don't use it, you lose it. And it's not just that, is speaking to a wiring, a neural wiring, that if we don't use it and use our, stay in our habits, that neural pathway starts to diminish. And so it doesn't feel normal and natural, and we don't have that automatic get up and go for those things. Our get up and go has got up and went, right? So it's about just being gentle and kind and loving to yourself right now. Self-compassion and self-kindness is really, really important, and self-care. What can you do? Focus on what can you do, and focusing on trying to balance out that negativity that we've had pouring into us for the last 18 months with some positivity, doing gratitude, changing your complaints into gratitude, like writing down 3 things that you're grateful for each day, but catching yourself when you're complaining about something. It's like, oh, this is really crap. Turn it into something to be grateful for, and just be mindful of what your brain is focusing on, because where your focus goes, your energy and your emotions will flow. So if we're focusing on the negative and what's going wrong, then that will take our energy, and our emotions will go in that direction. Whereas if we shift that focus to the positives and the gratitude, then our brain will shift, and when our thoughts create our feelings. So if our thoughts shift to the positive, our feelings will shift to the positive as well. So it's about just reconnecting and re-engaging, first of all, with yourself. Find out, ask yourself, is there anything that I've been missing or not doing? What am I not feeling motivated by? Do I need to just start taking small steps towards that again? Do I need to just take some time out and just allow the last 2 years to pass by and the dust to settle, and just to regain my energy again? But for every single one of you, it'll be completely different and completely individual. Like, introverts need solitude to gain their energy. Extroverts need people to gain their energy in most cases. And sometimes extroverts need solitude as well. But it's about assessing, who am I? What are my needs? What have I been missing? And then what do I need to reintroduce into my life to re-engage back into life? Because life as we knew it, we've kind of lost the habits and the automation of it. So we need to reestablish those habits, reestablish routines, reestablish engagement in ourselves, in our work, in our relationships, in going out. I don't even feel like going out at the moment. And I know that it's just because I haven't done it for so long that I've now found a comfort zone just at home. It is a thing. We've been basically wired to stay at home. So even though we're physically out of lockdown, mentally we're still in lockdown. So we need to start telling ourselves that we can go out, we want to go out, but just re-engage slowly and gently. And look, whatever you're feeling at the moment is normal, and don't be too hard on yourself, and don't push yourself too hard either. Be gentle with yourself and loving with yourself, I think, is the biggest, the main key. So, and look, if you've got any questions or you'd like any help, like, well-being and mindset is is my jammy jam. So if you want any help and resources, I've got tons of them. So you can just private message me and ask me. I've got things that you can do to improve your positivity, your brain's positivity, to just get back engaged in happiness and life again as well, but also other routine habits. And mindfulness is really important at the moment as well, like just doing some mindfulness stuff to just help your brain focus and just regain control of self and thoughts. So I hope you found this helpful. And just final parting words: be kind and loving and compassionate to yourself and to those around you, because it's going to be a bit of a effort to get back out and emerge back out into life now. So let's do it gently, kindly and lovingly, and encouraging each other as well. So I'll look forward to seeing you next time, and bye for now.